Hey, yo. Check it.
Welcome back, hero.
My word is my sword, Hokage and Batosai, pulling the blades out of the forge, yo. Prior to my knowledge of the Force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under gray skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind to lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash.
Back in studio.
We back in person. We're back in the studio.
Niggas have cleared health and safety protocols.
Protocols have been cleared. We back in person.
Will suit up for action and shit. Somebody made a joke on Facebook. Oh, he's just gonna collect another DMP. One of the people that we know, who is a known troll, likes to point out the fact that I played Division III basketball. Like that doesn't mean that I wasn't one of the best basketball players on the planet Earth.
Yeah, man. Hey,
nigga, if you played college basketball at any level,
achievement,
you are one of the best human beings on Earth at playing basketball. Period. Like, I mean, was I anywhere close to an NBA player? Of course not. But nigga, I was better than you.
Yeah, facts.
For sure. Like, no question.
Like, even when you look at, like, I train kids and I work with kids now, and, like, even when you look at that kids now, I'm even starting to see that more. Like, because you can kind of see, and it's like, oh, he's gonna play. He's gonna be good when he gets older. Like, even like, you even start to realize how hard it's gonna be for some of these kids that play all the time right now, how hard it's going to be for them to even make their high school team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's tough.
Yeah. So
tough out here.
It's hard out here. But yeah, man, we're back in person, episode 95. Man, shipped my babies off to school this morning, man. Tough.
Do we have a sad sounder?
I don't think. Just tough, man. I mean, the last year and a half, been homeschooling them, you know. So this is putting them back out into the world, and you know, they're ready. I'm glad they're going back. My son's going into middle school, which is ridiculous to me, but you know, they'll be good.
And I know it's got to be even more concerning because of, you know, COVID is still out there, bro.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm very happy that they put the mask thing back in effect. But my kids, they were already gonna wear a mask anyway. I told them, I don't care what everybody says, y'all wearing a mask.
Yeah, man. And look, bro.
Dude, my dad says that wearing a mask is stupid. And
look, I don't know how we can do whatever we want. We can say whatever we want on our podcast. I don't care about political nothing. I don't know how y'all made vaccinations political in the first place, but I'm telling you, from a person who was vaccinated and who got COVID, I recovered in literally 3 days. I mean, that's not technically. Like, I was still, I tested positive when I got tested 5 or 6 days later. But in terms of defeating the virus, getting my smell and taste back and not having any symptoms, where I was my health was clean as a whistle within 3 or 4 days because of the fact that I already had antibodies. So do whatever research you think you want to do, get whatever comfort that you feel like you need to get comfortable with. But it is my opinion that you will be doing yourself a justice by getting a vaccination, getting some antibodies in your system, because this COVID shit is not a joke. That shit is real. I was lucky. I'm in good health. I already had antibodies, so it was no problem for me. But a lot of niggas is passing away out here, bro. So y'all be careful.
Boom. From an experienced person.
On some Rudy Gobert type shit.
Right,
God
man.
damn it.
But yeah, bro, episode 95. What are you into, man, currently?
I am into Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. That game is really fun. We finally beat Nightmare.
You know what? I forgot to put that on. Well, I'm glad you said that because I forgot to add it to the.
Okay. Yeah. We'll break it down.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we finally beat Nightmare.
Finally beat Nightmare. We didn't even stream it for the people.
Yeah, we got it. I feel confident.
And it was a great dub. The last kill felt so good.
Yeah, it was. But I was bro, it's 2 levels it's just the crows, man. The fucking crow demons are just so ridiculous.
That ninth wave was
ninth
crazy.
wave, and then there was another one that had like the bear. Like once we got rid of the bears,
Josh was super clutch.
I was like,
shout out to the squad that we play.
Yes.
I mean, we got Hero, who's the hunter, the archer, but also kind of the PG, and then we got
calling the plays out, spotting out the Onis.
Yeah, we work very well together. I like it. And then we got Edmund, who's the lifesaver Ronin, who he heals us all, and he'd be so clutch in healing.
And Edmund's personality, he's very conservative when he plays games. Like he's very patient and very like, I don't want to risk too much, and it like comes in handy so much.
Yeah, bro.
Because me and really all three of us, me, Nav, and Josh be in there in the fucking shit.
Leroy Jenkins.
We be in there in the garbage sometimes, and it often costs us our lives.
Facts.
And to have somebody who will hold us down is really important.
Yeah, like and then shout out to Josh, who's just a tank now as the samurai. And
Hachiman Tantudik. Man, niggas getting cut down.
And then me, I'm the assassin, the stealth kill master.
My niggas.
But I also be dying because I be jumping off the roof.
Jumping into enemy fire. It'd be worth it sometimes though.
Yeah, man. And I mean, in my special, right, I got the smoke bomb where if you get an assassination, you get to disappear again.
Oh yeah.
So every time I do it, I get 3-4 in a row. That's why I do it so much.
So hold on, before we move on, there's one other thing that I'm into, and I'm it's gonna feel like I'm being petty and I'm picking on one of the guys in our Discord. Shout out to Mischief, another producer in the group, but he posted this video, or somebody posted this video of Ninth Wonder in the studio with Havoc, and they showed like the chop that he did, or like the
Havoc
sample
from Mobb Deep.
Yeah, for that they did for Soul. What's the not? It's not Shook Ones. It's the other one. Soul Survivor or Survival of the Fittest.
Survival of the Fittest. Yeah.
Yeah. So he showed like the sample, and so like there was some impressions where it was like, yo, like that's crazy. Like and I hate to be the producer snob, but I'm like, I found that to be not that impressive. Like what he did was slow down the sample.
Yeah, I feel you.
And so it got a conversation started where it's like, my message to producers would be, I would be worried if you felt that was the gold standard of what is impressive when it comes to chopping samples.
Hey man, how you think I feel about
rap? Right.
You know
Yeah,
what I
I can
mean?
imagine. I can imagine.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're like, so if you're not a producer, if you're just a nigga who likes music, like all of it is magic, so you can be impressed with that. But if you're somebody who shares in the craft, like shout out to, because there is value in like recognizing a sample that doesn't really need much done with it. You could just loop it and keep it moving. But like thinking about changing pace, speed, either slowing it up or speeding it up or slowing it down, that should be one of the first things you think about as a producer. I would just encourage us to challenge ourselves. And I threw down a challenge in the gauntlet. I threw down the gauntlet in the Discord, and I was like, bro, fuck it, because Mischief wasn't really. I wanted him to just be, this is my toxicity. I wanted that nigga to just be like, yeah, of course, Hero, you're right. And that nigga was pushing back like, well, no, I mean, I kind of feel like this. And I'm like, dog, I feel you, bro, but like, I would encourage you to push yourself. Like, anything can be sampled. And his comeback was, yeah, but that don't mean anything should. It doesn't mean everything should be sampled. And my response was, why not, bro? Like, challenge yourself. Don't be limited. And so I threw down the gauntlet. Like, somebody send me an impossible sample, and I guarantee I'll flip that shit. Right? Like I've been doing this for a long time. Like, I might not have the nastiest drums or the best piano player, even though I do fuck with my drums a lot. But I put my ability to chop a sample. I throw my hat in the ring with anybody. It's Dilla, and then you. I mean, Dilla is the best at chop. I mean, he did some unbelievable shit. Rest in peace. Flying Lotus does some pretty crazy shit too. But like, other than that, I would put my skill level chopping samples in the ring with anybody.
You already know where I put you, man.
Appreciate
the
you, bro.
GOAT.
But that being said, don't be limited to any. When I first started doing this music shit, somebody told me that, oh, your beats are sweet, but I want to hear you do some like 70s soul samples. And I was like, man, fuck that. I'm about to go get this. I'm about to go get this Final Fantasy VII soundtrack, and I'm going to sample that.
Goodness,
fuck
man. Like, I can't stand when people do that. Like, that. It's very similar to WWE, like getting wrestlers that were the way they were on the indies, and then like, hey, could you like be like everyone else? And,
No.
And then we'll put you on TV and push you if you could just be like everyone else we have.
And from that moment forward, I got that feedback when I was like 18. And from that moment forward, I was like, oh, so instead, I'm never going to do that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's rare that I chaps. So, I mean, I can, but it's rare that I do it.
It's not the point is that if you have your own thing and why would you then do the thing that everyone else is doing?
Facts.
Why would you be a part of someone else's journey? You know what I'm saying? When you're doing your own. Exactly.
So shout out. I know I'm picking on mischief here, but I did the same thing in the Discord, but I'm calling you out because I want you to be challenged, bro. I want you to I want you to stretch, and maybe because he actually made a good point. He said, I think it's fun to find samples that like just make me feel good, and like, you know, it's fun to just kind of find the sample that's there. And that's what's up, man. Do what makes you feel happy. Do what makes you feel good. But I would encourage you to try to stretch and see what it would feel like to try some weird shit, bro. Try to find the magic in the sample where somebody told you that there was none. Find it anyways. See what that's like. Yes, all right, I'm done preaching. My bad. What are you into?
Yeah, man. I mean, you guys already know. I'm excited because I'm spilling the beans. We getting back to, we're going to do a tier list today instead of the top 5, and it's going to be all the Ninja Turtle iterations, whatever, all the Ninja Turtle versions, and I'm excited for that. So you already know, I went through the 2012 show, loved it, thought it was amazing, and then I recently watched the Rise of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But Noveliss,
man,
that shit weak, that shit for kids. They ruined my childhood because everything looks stupid now.
Hey, man, look.
Hey, well, actually,
I'm gonna save the in-depth analysis for this tier list, but y'all,
right. Look,
man, y'all gotta stop judging books by the cover. I mean, first of all, y'all gotta take the nostalgia glasses off. Also,
right,
nostalgia is the most powerful genjutsu in the whole world. Y'all gotta take them nostalgia glasses off, because if you watch that 1987 show, boy, oh boy, pizza, no, let me cut this fire hydrant cap off so it sprays but hey, Rise, the new show, say what you want about the character designs, it is not bad.
No.
At all.
Best fight scenes by a mile.
We gonna talk about it, but Rise the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is not trash. Nah. I'll just say that for now. But yeah, man, getting into some wrestling recap. A lot has happened. A lot has happened in wrestling. CM Punk.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'm not like the biggest CM Punk fan.
Me neither. Never
have been. And my reason has been kind of like, I was always a really big fan of Kenta, right? Kenta is a wrestler he's a Japanese wrestler, and he was around the time CM Punk was like blowing up in Ring of Honor, and Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan, who was Bryan Danielson at the time. Kenta was coming over a lot and wrestling with Ring of Honor around that time too. This is like 2005, around that time. Mm-hmm. And Kenta was just, he's one of my all-time favorites. Just amazing, like crazy striker kicks, like combos he was doing, just ridiculous. Yeah. And he, and you know, the way that I've always kind of felt about Daniel Bryan and CM Punk is they kind of bit his offense a lot. They bit a lot of his offense and kind of did it, you know, here in the States and really popularized some of the moves he was doing, which I get it. I know that's wrestling, right? That happens. But that's kind of the resentment I've always had towards CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. Now, And especially Punk because he took the finishing move, the go to sleep move, right? That's Kenz's move. But anyway, with that said, CM Punk is a good wrestler. He's a good wrestler. So is Daniel Bryan, and just to see him make his debut on AEW, and this is something that wrestling fans have wanted for so long, like years. I think he stopped wrestling in 2014. He did the UFC thing. Wasn't good at all, but
he got creamed.
But I mean, look, man,
getting in the ring with them niggas is
you wouldn't get in a UFC ring, so you can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stop hating.
So stop hating. But yeah, man, he did the UFC. Then he kind of disappeared for a while. And you can go back, watch any WWE show, especially if they're in Chicago. You hear the fans chant CM Punk. This has been a long time in the making. So he signs with AEW. They start off the episode of Rampage of CM Punk coming out, and I'm not kidding, bro. This is probably the loudest pop I've ever heard in wrestling, ever. And I've been watching wrestling my whole life. And what I can say is I am not the biggest CM Punk fan, but I can say that I'm just a fan of seeing wrestling fans be excited. And that was amazing to me. I loved it.
Yeah, me too. I'm not a CM Punk. This CM Punk rose to prominence when I was out of wrestling altogether.
Yeah, but I mean, let me say this though, because I get that. This was also at the height of me getting into wrestling outside of WWE, because this is like WCW's gone. You know what I'm saying? This is like 2005, around that time. So this is when I was starting to get into like Ring of Honor and like All Japan and you know what I'm saying, and other stuff. So
yeah.
And I mean, see, a lot of people that weren't watching wrestling don't understand the hype about CM Punk, and what it is that he's kind of the first indie guy that really went to WWE that was like already an established indie wrestler and then went to WWE and like blew up, because this is still at a time where this isn't like how it's been recently where they just literally just pluck all the indie wrestlers like they've been doing for the last 5 to 8 years. This was before it was like that. So this is at a time where he was really the first guy, and then Daniel Bryan was like the second guy. You know what I'm saying?
And you can't even really say AJ Styles either, because AJ Styles was in Impact, which is not an indie necessarily.
And then he was in New Japan after. So he wasn't. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like him and Daniel Bryan are really the first and kind of only successful. Yeah, you know. I mean, they tried it. Maybe you could say technically Seth Rollins too.
Oh,
but they had NXT too though at the time. So he was like NXT first, and then. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I was gonna say Aleister Black, but he was with NXT. Yeah, yeah, because this was all. Well, wasn't Daniel Bryan?
But Aleister Black would be part of like that new wave where that's all they were doing is getting indie guys like him.
Oh, sure.
You know what I'm saying? Johnny Gargano, Ciampa, Samoa Joe, Walter, Pete Dunne, like all these guys. You know what I'm saying? Roger Strong, all of Undisputed Era. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like. That became the thing, but before it was a thing, like CM Punk was the first one,
and it became a thing because of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, for sure.
So with me, I also don't really like his gimmick. I don't know. He's fine, whatever. And I've also been made aware that he's fairly woke, and I'm here for that. Like I know we make fun of that shit, but obviously you already know how I'm cut. So I'm here for it. So I don't mind CM Punk. I'm not a hater. He doesn't really do it for me on screen, and I'm almost sure that he's gonna beat Darby Allin. And I don't know if that's the play, bro. I think you put Darby Allin over, but the reason I think he's gonna lose is because he's in Chicago.
I think you do 30-minute draw time limit.
Okay,
draw.
I'll be fine with that.
I think you do 30-minute time limit draw.
I'll be fine with that.
You have it be like. I think it's got to be, if it's not the best match of the night, which, this card, I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's going to be stacked. Crazy.
But I think this is the one. I think you got to let this match go the distance.
I'd totally be.
Then maybe have a thing where, like, because somebody's got to, this is a great match for a heel turn for somebody, whether it's Punk or Darby.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe you have a thing where somebody's calling for like 5 more minutes. I beat him in 5 more minutes. See, maybe you do like a lower time limit. Maybe you don't make it a 30-minute time. Maybe you make it like 20. A 20-minute time limit match, and then maybe you have a draw. Then maybe the ref can like signal for 5 minutes to the bell guy, and then maybe Darby can low blow him and roll him up and win.
Sure.
Maybe get like a Darby heel turn or something.
I'll be fine with that. I also think that Darby, if they do put Punk over, which I tend to still think they might.
I just hope there's no like
shenanigans,
no outside interference shenanigans, man.
Yeah.
Please.
I tend to still think that CM Punk is going to win.
Or you could do this. This is the one thing I would be okay with. I would be okay with the match being fire, going the distance, right? Going like give them like 18 to 20 minutes. Then maybe you get Darby out of this because you want to keep him a face. So you get him out of this thing with CM Punk and you have a heel come out and maybe distract Punk or something, and then Darby can get the win that way or hit him, whatever. And then you can instantly take Darby out of this. Sure. He gets the win, puts on a good match with Punk, but then Punk gets to get in some type of feud with a heel in the company.
That could work too.
Jealous of him or has like some type of previous, you know what I mean? So
that could work. What I was gonna say was if it happens that they just straight up do CM Punk beating Darby clean, which I still think is probably the highest likelihood. I wouldn't love it. It wouldn't be my favorite, but I don't think it would be all bad, only because Darby is young enough that he wouldn't be completely buried by it.
Yeah, and also, man, and also like I'm here for like take notes, man. Like Marvel, WWE, like AEW teases stuff and they do it in a very clever, like Easter eggy kind of way, and then they deliver the thing that they're teasing.
They don't fake you out.
You know what I'm saying? So like more of that pop culture things. You know what I'm saying? Like tease the stuff and then also deliver it at some point. You know what I mean?
Now, just to wrap up the AEW stuff, I think I'm a bigger fan of Daniel Bryan than you are. I just like Daniel Bryan's gimmick.
I like Daniel Bryan, bro. I'm just saying I kind of resented him earlier in his career because of the Kenta thing.
Sure,
but like he's a great wrestler. Like again, same with CM Punk. He's woke. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Individual. And I think he's a genius at like recreating himself. Like he's constantly can do whatever. He can be a babyface. I loved vegan like
vegan hipster heel.
Yeah, he was hilarious, bro. Like somebody, I remember I'll never forget. I can't remember what show it was, but somebody was coming to the ring. And or he was coming to the ring, and a fan had a sign that said this sign was made out of paper. And he got so bad
and like tore it up. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I am excited I'm excited for Daniel Punk. Bryan. I am. Oh, my computer just did a weird thing. Yeah, I'm excited for him to come to WWE just because I think that fucking hell to AEW. I think the pop for him with the yes chant, that'll be really dope. Excited to see that.
Faxington. Yeah, man, let's go. I love it. Yeah, man. So that SummerSlam was a couple weeks. It was, man, to me. I mean, same thing. Vince. I mean, Bobby Lashley match was trash. Goldberg, go away. Becky Lynch returns, which is awesome. I love Becky Lynch, but then she instantly beats Bianca Belair in the Vince McMahon black wrestler drop the title fashion. You know what I'm saying? Did her the same way that Brock did Kofi. Yeah, but it was more instantaneous than that. It wasn't like a beat down. And then that happened. And then Brock Lesnar returned to challenge Roman. None of those things I care about. The NXT was good. NXT Walter versus Ilya Dragunov for the UK title, best WWE match of the year by far. So if there's one match that you watch from SummerSlam weekend, like watch that from NXT TakeOver 36. The match was awesome.
Did they give a reason why they made it on Saturday instead of Sunday?
SummerSlam?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Vince. I think WWE is just panicking right now because they're getting blown out.
Telling you, bro, they're about to sell. I
think Vince is going to sell. How much money? Yeah.
Gotta get out of here. It's all coming down around me.
We gotta have money. I don't know, man. But yeah, there you go. Wrestling recap. New Japan's got a Wrestle Grand Slam, I think. Another show coming up. Excited for that. Tanahashi versus Ibushi. Okada versus Jeff Cobb, I think. Again, even though they just had a match. And then what else? There's another good match on that show too, but I can't think of it right now. So yeah, man.
Boom.
Wrestling recap. But yeah, bro, I want to know real quick. What is the upcoming thing that you're looking forward to the most right now?
Just in general.
Mine's Shang-Chi. Can't wait to see Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi comes out. I'm going to see it on Thursday at 9:00.
You already got your tickets.
Yep. and you know how much I love when the actors are doing the stuff. Bro, Simu Lee, I follow him, or Liu, however you say his name. I followed him on Instagram, and he be posting some fight videos.
No, he got tech for sure.
He got, man. I cannot wait to see this. Look, bro, I really think this might end up being my favorite.
That was actually a test. The entire time I've been fixing my computer in the background. I've since succeeded, but
also, man, like. Why do these directors be making these movies so complicated? I saw a deleted scene from Snake Eyes where Henry Golding was actually doing sword training in the dojo, and they took it out and they cut it out of the movie.
Yeah, that's weak. That's super weak, bro. Like,
do you know how much better that would have made the movie if that just part was in there? It wasn't even that long. It was like 3 minutes on.
All right. Oh, so that's how you got sweet at sword.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was
perfect.
That's all we needed, man. And the stupid giant snake and him being a complete jerk also.
But
yeah,
irredeemable.
What are you
from start to finish? For me, I think it's probably Shang-Chi just because it comes out like in a couple days.
Let's get it.
Also, man, I'm telling you, bro, Eternals, dog. Eternals it's gonna have the keys to unlock some shit. I'm thinking that combined with WandaVision, combined with What If, combined with Spider-Man 3 combined with Doctor fucking Strange, nigga.
It's a lot going down.
They getting real kind of sweaty out here. I'm here for it.
I'm here for the martial arts. So I only care about Shang-Chi right now. Also, Michelle Yeoh's in that movie, man. Come on. Everyone got to go. But yeah, bro, boom. A lot of exciting Marvel stuff. Speaking of exciting Marvel stuff, I'm definitely want to hear you talk about What If. The last two episodes have passed since we talked about the first one, but that second episode, man.
Hold on, let me just do the third episode first
because you want to spend some minutes on the second one.
So the third one was good. I thought it was really interesting.
I like the animation style.
Yeah,
man.
it's dope.
It's cool.
I would like a whole, like, I know we're getting a series currently, but I want more of this. I was about to say I want a whole series.
But I see.
I want like
a character to have their own series that looks like this.
Peep. I want a live action X-Men. Obviously, that's my shit. But if y'all gave me a little, hey, how about you have this couple of seasons of an X-Men cartoon kind of for now? I'd be like, all right.
That looks like the What If show.
It looks like that. I'd be like, hey, bro, acceptable for now.
For now.
Give me my live action. So it was good. I thought it was really interesting. I kind of peeped that it was going to be, spoiler, that the villain was going to be Ant-Man. Because I was just thinking, like, who else could it be? I was thinking, is it going to be Ultron? Is it going to be Ant-Man? Is it going to be, I mean, a real sweaty answer would be like Dr. Doom, but like we're not there yet. Or like, I actually thought it was going to be Phantom, or the ghost chick from Ant-Man 2, whose name I can't remember. That was another one that I thought about.
I think her name was literally Ghost
or something like that.
But how cool would it be? Do you think that? I think this would be a cool way. Do you think Dr. Doom will pop up in one of these?
The What Ifs?
I mean, I think it would be, because this isn't stuff that like matters or that is tying into anything. So they could very easily just kind of be like, we do got the rights. You know what I'm saying?
They could. I tend to not think so, just because I think they want to do Dr. Doom the way they did Thanos, in terms of like a big holy shit moment. Right. You know what I'm saying? But
so
I mean,
you mean like just even the reveal, saving it?
Yeah, I think you can hint. I mean, because they've already hinted at Namor. They've kind of hinted at the Fantastic Four with like the somebody said in the end of the last Avengers movie that they were like taking down the A for the Avengers building. Somebody thought like, was it purchased by
the Baxter
right.
building? Yeah, that was
so I don't know. They could. I think though, but I do think that the What If ties in perfectly with the multiverse, because I mean, it flat out it is. I mean, the Watcher straight up says like, here's what happened in one universe. Here's what like, he's basically confirming that what we're watching is more than just a what if. It's like these are alternate realities where other shit did happen, which Hey man, come on, bro. Marvel ain't shit without the multiverse. Like that's what makes it so dope, in my opinion.
Right.
But also the voice acting for Black Widow was some of the worst shit ever. They were I mean, and I liked it. I thought the episode was good, but like, you remember when fucking Clint died and she was like, bro, who do I kill? I was like, if y'all was gone somewhere, that shit was so
really
cringy.
Like, yeah, that's a good word for it.
It was very cringy. It was very CW white girl.
Yeah, CW, man. That's what I was
kind of
too.
Breathy neck acting where they you know what I'm saying? This part be like real intense. Like, yo, come on, girl, go on somewhere. Right.
Do I
Kill. Okay. Anyways, man. Episode 2 though, bro. With Star-Lord, Black Panther, with
fire.
Bro, that's one of the fucking best pieces of storytelling I've seen in the MCU. It's so fucking good, bro.
Very nerdy Marvel.
Bro,
like
had everything.
Very
dog.
nerdy Marvel, like Ed Brubaker storytelling.
With Jack Kirby in the background.
It was good. Man.
So good, man. And it's just like the fact that they did. I thought that was the perfect like swan song for Chadwick Boseman, because the character was just so fucking cool, man. Like, that might be the coolest Marvel character in the whole MCU.
It was dope.
Black Panther,
and it seemed pretty natural too. Like, it seemed like
it wasn't a stretch.
I could see this. You know what I'm saying?
It just made me, and even though I love Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't really like Star-Lord that much in the MCU, and it just made me feel like, oh, okay, so now I hate Star-Lord, and I only want T'Challa Star-Lord now, like forever.
I already kind of hated Star-Lord because
he ruined the whole MCU.
He sure did.
Because it was his fault, explicitly.
Quite literally.
They was about to beat Thanos straight up.
Literally.
I mean,
executed the plan flawlessly.
Right.
Nope.
And then this nigga got mad. Like, bro, if you don't go somewhere and sit down.
Come on, man.
So good though, man. I mean, they had face turned Thanos, which was pretty interesting. Oh, here's a question. So we talked about this. Me and Edmund talked about this. The only bone I had to pick with this episode, and it's not even so much this episode. It's more like the depiction of Thanos in the MCU is just still so underpowered, bro. Like,
facts.
He would have beat the fucking brakes off of, who did he fight? Was it Black Dwarf or the Cull Obsidian, which is not his real name?
Black Dwarf.
He would have beat the dog shit out of him. It wouldn't even have been a question. How do you feel about, like, because I know the Black Order, those are your guys. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that? The sort of Thanos versus his old goons.
I thought it was cool, man. It was very creative.
Facts.
I thought it was awesome. Still, it's like we're always underpowering somebody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And you know, but for what it was, I thought it was really sweet, man. That was awesome. And you already know how much I like Black Order, so it was dope just to see the inclusion there. And I don't think that episode will be topped. That's just me. That's my personal opinion.
I agree.
I don't see them topping that episode.
It had sweet fights. It had a sweet story. Yeah, it had a sweet concept. Like it didn't miss.
Like,
bro.
When you say that this is one of the coolest things that they have done in the MCU.
And again, I'm not trying to, it was better than fucking Endgame. Like, no, I'm not saying it. What I'm saying is, as a single viewing experience, if you can just kind of like average them all out into one sit down viewing experience, this one is like pound for pound one of the best experiences that I've had.
And I watched it. I watched it twice.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm gonna watch it again. I liked it, and seeing it the first time, it was one of those things where you're like, "Yo, I'm about to like watch it again, like right now."
Yeah,
even though I just watched it. You know what I'm saying?
Really dope.
So I really loved that one. It was really dope.
Anytime you get to see T'Challa throw hands, I mean, that's always a win, bro.
10 out of 10, and absolutely no question. Am I gonna watch it more times? Like I loved it, and I don't think it's gonna be topped either. So.
I'm curious though. I think the zombies episode could be good because, you know, they've done a lot with Marvel zombies in the comics.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
But you got to be careful because zombies are fucking kind of played out. So we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Boom. Yeah, I kind of zombied out.
I've been zombied out for years, actually.
So, all right, got another question for you.
Yes, sir.
I want to know, what is a movie that you took forever to watch because you thought it looked weak, but when you watched it, you were like pleasantly surprised, like it was pretty good?
So I got two. I thought when I first saw this, I thought of one immediately, and I thought of a second one that I forgot, but hopefully it'll come to me. So the first one, and I've kind of talked about this. Oh, okay, I got it. So the first one, I talked about this before, and it kind of fits. But perhaps my favorite movie of all time, bro, The Matrix. I was off The Matrix at first. I didn't
know that.
Yeah, like I thought we talked about this before, where I like had heard about the hype, and I saw the trailers, and I was like, man, that shit look kind of corny. Like whatever. Like, yeah. And I was being a contrarian because I was not interested in just joining the hype train, and there was nothing that I saw in the trailers that really blew me away like that.
Word.
I thought, and here's the kicker, because this person ended up being not only my favorite character, but one of my favorite characters in all of fiction. I thought Morpheus was corny in the trailers. I was like, what the fuck is Lawrence Fishburne doing?
Yeah. And
I turned that motherfucker on.
Incredible in that role.
I remember I downloaded it off the internet in like 2002, which is like that's like a dangerous game back then. I watched that shit in the dorms at Cranbrook, and I was like, bro, what?
Yeah.
This shit is incredible, bro. And it completely blew my mind, obviously, just like everybody else. Morpheus, Neo was dope. Shout out to Neo, shout out to Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne, who both did their own fight scenes in that kung fu scene.
Very good.
That was both of them. There was no stuntmen
that was
there.
Very good.
They both look legit, dog. Like, especially Lawrence Fishburne, old ass. He was in pretty good shape and was looking efficient out there.
Yeah, man. That's one of the best scenes ever.
Yeah, bro. But Keanu Reeves is like a legit, at least at the time, was like a legit martial artist. Like he used to train. I think he did.
He still is.
Doesn't he do Wing Chun?
Yeah, and I think he does Tai Chi too.
Yeah, no, he's like a legit like practitioner of the martial arts. So I wasn't surprised to see that.
And I know he started doing jiu-jitsu. I don't know how long he trained, but I've seen a picture of him in a jiu-jitsu gi before.
So yeah, I was very blown away by that. And then so like The Matrix 2, Matrix Reloaded, I was the first person in line to go see that shit. Ironically, my dad had a very similar story with Star Wars back in like the 70s when it first came out. He was like, man, I ain't about to go see that shit. That shit look stupid. He was like maybe in his Star Wars came out in what, 77? 76 or 77. Yeah. Let me see.
I think I'm gonna say 76.
Release date.
Or 78.
77. May 25, 1970. So my dad was like 30 at this time. So like for his perspective, he was like, probably, man, this shit for kids. Like I ain't trying to see this shit.
Yeah.
This nigga went to go see that shit. He was like, oh, so I love Star Wars now, and so will my son in 40 years.
Yep.
So yeah, shout out to Star Wars. And just like with me in The Matrix, he went to go see Empire Strikes Back first day at midnight. So yeah, the next one for me is definitely, bro, what the fuck is going on here? It's definitely Game of Thrones, even though it's not a movie. But I waited for years to watch Game of Thrones just because I don't give a fuck about fantasy. Right. I actually had it wrong though. I thought Game of Thrones was about drag, because only thing you see in the trailers are like the fucking fire breathing dragon, and I'm like, bro, I don't care about this shit. It looked like Lord of the Rings. I don't care about magic. I don't care about none of this shit. But it's actually like there's very little magic and very little supernatural shit. It's mostly sword fights, trail. And so when I finally went, I was like, oh, so y'all wasn't gassing it up. This shit is maybe the greatest TV show ever. My bad. And now I'm the captain of the fucking Game of Thrones ship. I'm all about it. So there it is.
Yeah. So for me, I'm usually, if there's something that I'm interested in, I'm usually quick to check it out. What will stop me from instantly checking it out would be like I think something that came before it that's in association with it not being good, right? Like so for me, like the Michael Bay Ninja Turtle movies, right? Like which a lot of people hate them, right? I hated the first one. Did not like the first one at all. I don't like the way they look. I'm tired of seeing CGI turtles in live action. Like I want to see the suits again, which I know they'll never do because it's outdated. But the suits were so good in the 90s, I don't understand why they don't just do it again. So going into the first one and just feeling that way, and then the movie was trash on top of that, right? It's here's a Ninja Turtles movie that was more about the humans in the movie than it was about the turtles. Like the turtles supporting characters in that movie. Ridiculous. What? So then when the second one came out, even though I saw that they were kind of introducing a Crane, like Technodrome type of storyline, and that they were bringing Bebop and Rocksteady in it, like I still was like, nope, not doing it. The first one sucked. I'm not about to get mad and go watch this movie. You know what I'm saying? So I never watched it. And then like that movie came out in like 2016, I think. And I literally just watched it like 3 days ago. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I could have seen all the stuff so we could do this tier list later. And I liked it. I thought they improved all the stuff that I hated in the first one. I thought they fixed it. I think it's straight up a good movie. I liked it, man. I think as far as like the live action turtle movies go, like it's like one of the best ones. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, word up.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Now, what I will say is, I do think that they tried to cram too much stuff, and I think they rushed the ending. But other than that, I thought it was a good movie. So that would be mine. Is the second Michael Bay Turtles movie, Out of the Shadows.
I have to watch. I actually saw that it's streaming.
Yeah, you should check it out. So it's good, man. I enjoyed it. But yeah, man, it's about that time.
Boom.
You can only pick 3. Let's get it. We about to keep it with the turtle vibe from here on out.
All right.
Let's go. I'm still kind of disappointed in the game that's coming out. I just wish they would have gone with a more like, when are we gonna stop retro everything, bro? You know what I mean? I tweeted this the other day. Like,
I don't see the. Did you text it to me?
Oh, you know what? I think I might have emailed it to myself. Let me email it to you. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me email it to you real quick. But while we're waiting on that, can you imagine like a live or open world Ninja Turtle game with like the darkness of like the Batman Arkham games? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also like the fluid combat of like the Miles Morales Spider-Man game. And like you got like a overworld like city map and then like a underground like sewer map. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that would be fire, man.
That shit would be incredible.
I sent it, bro. And then like the tech aspect is there because of Donatello, you know what I'm saying? So you got the tech aspect, you got your gadgets, your vehicles, you know what I'm saying? And then just like, you could do little, like Shredder would be the main villain in this first game, right? But then you could do like little side missions where you're like going to Dimension X and like, they're like laying seeds for the Krang in like the second game that's coming. You know what I mean? Like, bro, it could be so good. Like, imagine being Raph and you got to like defuse a mutagen bomb, and you got God. Donnie in the earpiece, like using all this like scientific language and smart terminology, and
Raph is just getting frustrated,
pissed off, trying
bro. What the fuck? What are you talking about?
Come on, man. They got to give us a game like that. But they won't. They'll just keep trying to do retro stuff. Hey, arcade, beat 'em up. Just like the ones you used to like.
No.
And you know what that comes from? That comes from fans hating everything all the time. Scared to do new stuff. So.
Yeah, man. So my computer is doing weird stuff.
Uh-oh.
Which is fine. But that's okay. I got a solution.
All right.
So.
You can only pick 3. This is probably the main characters from Ninja Turtles.
Yep. All right. So we got Master Splinter, Omato Yoshi, Actually, hadn't it been retconned that like he is Hamato Yoshi?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
How did that retcon happen?
So previously, right, he was always like
he was trained by him.
He was always like a pet of Hamato
which was kind of silly.
Which is kind of weird.
This
like,
nigga,
we got pet rats.
The rat
Japan.
watched him and like got sweet at kung fu. Got sweet at karate.
Yep. And so that was kind of weird. But yeah, so the 2012 show, which I'll give a bunch of props to later, one of the many things that they retconned or added. I don't really I consider it more just like improving on the turtle lore, which is what this show did really well. But yeah, he like is Hamato Yoshi. Right. He's like him, and he went and bought some turtles as some pets after things went wrong for him in Japan. You know, his dojo getting burned down, Shredder killing his wife and then stealing his child, because that's also a retcon. Like Karai is now his daughter, Splinter's daughter. You know what I'm saying? Oh wow. Yeah, so that's what the new kind of story is. But here we have Splinter is now Yoshi instead of just being a rat who watched him do kung fu.
Shout out to Splinter. Then we got Casey, who I only really liked in the first 90s movie, dog.
Yeah.
That what did he say that nigga to him and Raph was going at it? Cricket. You got to know what a crumpet is to play cricket.
Crumpet is to play cricket. Yeah,
what is that, a Jose Canseco bag? You pay money for that?
Raph talking like a straight up
Brooklyn ass nigga. God damn it.
Brooklyn black dude.
Right.
Love it.
Shout out to Casey. Shout out to Donnie. Donnie's one of my favorite turtles. Not gonna make the keeper list. Definitely first keeper is gonna be Leo, no question about
Let's get it.
Okay. I'm gonna keep mine quick, man. And I'm gonna let you, because I know you're a little bit more of a turtles guy than me. I mean, I think I love them just as much, but you're way more like versed right now. I've kind of stepped away from turtles for a while. But the middle row, dog. Give me that as my keepers. Give me Leo.
Oh, love it.
Give me Shredder. And give me Raph, bro. I love Raph, man. I love the complicated characters, man. I love the fact that if he was focused, could he be better than Leo? Maybe, but the fact that he gets in his own head, he's always kind of playing defense against his own talent. Mm-hmm. And Leo be trying to get them together, he won't listen to him.
Yes. That's the best dynamic, though, is the relationship those two have.
Yeah. So I'll let you go. I'll let you get to the rest of them. What you got?
All right, man. So we got Splinter, who I just talked about, and Splinter's always a dope character. But I think in the 2012 show, he's like Uncle Iroh now. You know what I'm saying? Like very similar to him. Super dope. We got Casey Jones, who, like you said, I've really only been a fan of Casey in the 1990 movie and then the 2003 show. He's pretty dope in the 2003 show. So
yeah.
Then we got Donnie, who's I love all the turtles. Donnie's one of my favorites. I also I know people be getting so mad at when they improve or update their designs, but I love the last couple Donnie designs where he's had like the headgear and you know what I'm saying, and like the like tech backpack. Like I'm a fan of that stuff. So, or the tech shell, I should say. I'm a fan of that look. I think it's cool. But then obviously we got my first keeper, Leo. This is one of my favorite just characters ever, not just Ninja Turtles.
Of course.
He's my first keeper. I love Leo, man. No brainer. The swordsman, the most disciplined martial artist out of them all. Definitely my favorite turtle, and like I said, one of my favorite just fictional characters ever. And we got the Shredder. Shredder is awesome. Again, he's had a lot of different things going on in his story as well, like through all the different creations of the turtles. But I love Shredder in the 2012 show in the comics as well. He's just a scary, just a monster. And I love the fact that he just beats the crap out of the turtles anytime they try to fight him. Such a good character.
A true boss level character.
He's a real boss. Yeah. He is the quintessential. How do you say that word? Quintessential. He's the quintessential.
What you said was the
boss character.
You said the word. That word you said was closer to the people who created the Transformers.
There we go.
Which is a word that I can't say either, but it sounded like that.
He is the basically the ideal example of what you would want like a final boss to be like.
Absolutely.
Then we got Raph, who again the hot-headed one, the muscle, the protector, like just has the big brother vibe. You know what I'm saying? And I really love Raph too, man. So Raph. And then we got my second favorite turtle, who's gonna be my second keeper, and that's Mikey. I'm a big Michelangelo fan. I always felt like Michelangelo was actually the most talented martial artist out of all of them. He just doesn't focus, just doesn't care enough, and he doesn't have the level of maturity that the rest of them do. But I think he's the most skilled.
It comes the easiest to him.
If you watch him spar with the other turtles when they're training in the shows, like he frustrates them the most because he has kind of like a Spider-Man type thing going on where he just talks Raph out of his game. You know what I'm saying? And it pisses Raph off.
Yep.
And the nunchucks too, man. I love Mike. He's my second keeper. Karai, I'm a big fan of Karai. I love Karai. April, never really cared for her until like the 2003 show where she had like she was starting to actually train. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then in the 2012, she's just like a beast. She got like superpowers and stuff. But my third keeper is gonna be Shredder, man. So we're gonna go. Actually, no. I'm gonna go. I love Shredder, but my third keeper is gonna be Splinter. I love Splinter, man. So I'm gonna go Leo, Mikey, and Splinter, and then Shredder would be right there. Honorable mention, man. That's my keepers. Hey. All right, man. Let's get to the stuff, which I also got to send you because I sent it to myself because I'm dumb. Let's get it. What level is that? That's Killer Instinct, isn't it?
I don't know. I didn't recognize it.
I think that's Jago's.
Jago.
Lights on. Boom, 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 boom. I think that's Jago's music from Killer Instinct. All right. I'm sending it to you now because I accidentally sent it to myself.
I'm thinking I might have to rethink how we do the soundboard. For some reason my computer
what's it doing?
It's
not that I would understand being a caveman.
I was about to say it's kind of hard to describe, but I think it's because I have a lot of shit running. I could probably just restart my computer and it will solve it, but I obviously can't do that on the fly.
Right.
So no more soundboard for today, but I'll solve the problem for next time. I might have to load it in FL instead of Sonar. Because Sonar be tripping sometimes.
Got it. All right, just waiting for this emailio to go through. Boom.
J Dilla. Beats. He used to have all kind of the siren. Woo.
Yeah, he did. Dilla, mix.
Great producer.
Synth.
Boom.
Power. But yeah, man, Dilla, man, J Stay Paid is such a underrated.
Yes.
Good. Like even the songs on there are fire too. And they're so short and like just kind of come out of nowhere and just hit you, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's how I feel. But let's get it. I've been waiting to do this for a minute.
Yeah, you're going to have to take the lead on this.
I'm definitely taking the lead on this.
Haven't seen most of these.
So we are doing, finally, I'm freshly, memory has been refreshed on all of the Turtle stuff. We are doing a tier list of the Ninja Turtle incarnations, all of them, every show, every movie, the comics, everything, man. Let's go, man. I'm excited. I am Turtle fever right now, so I'm ready for this.
All right.
I'm telling y'all right now, S tier going to be light.
Okay. So the first one we got is TMNT. This, I believe, is
that is that Turtles Forever or is that just?
I think this is the movie from like 2007.
So Wait.
Or no, Turtle Forever is the next one. This is the one that's just called TMNT.
Okay, I see it. That's the one from 2007.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is B tier. I think the 2007 movie was good. I think at the time especially the time it came out. It came out at a time where I don't think anybody was expecting any more Ninja Turtle stuff because it had been like 4 years. Mm-hmm. It had been a few years, and I mean it was the first like CGI turtle thing, and I thought it was cool, and I thought it was an interesting take on their designs as well. So I was here for it. I liked it.
Bet. Turtles Forever.
Turtles Forever. Turtles Forever is cool. I'll go B tier. The only thing Turtles Forever was cool. I just didn't like that. And I mean, now I see why, but they kind of trashed the original Turtles in that movie. Like Turtles Forever, yeah, B tier, because it also is the thing that it was a movie based on the 2003 series, and it also established that there is indeed like a multiverse for the Turtles. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of how.
I kind of remember that.
Yeah. So it established that there is a multiverse for the Turtles, which gives us a good reason to not get mad at all of the different versions of Turtles that we get. You know what I'm saying? So I would go B tier for Turtles Forever.
All right, the first Michael Bay movie.
Oh, the first Michael Bay movie, man, E tier, dog. That movie was terrible.
Trash. Okay, Out of the Shadows.
All right, man, here we go. Now it's going to start getting Out of the Shadows. It's not horrible. It's also not the best, but I do think it improved big time on everything else. I'll go C tier for Out of the Shadows. But like it's like fringe. It's fringe B tier, but I wouldn't put it with the other ones, but like it's not bad.
Okay. Oh, this is great.
What's that?
Coming Out of Their Shells, bro. Nigga, skipping right stones, goddammit.
What are we doing right now?
Boom.
Bro.
F0 tier.
Yes.
I
never saw that, so you can put that in that.
What is this?
I don't know. I don't remember, but I do remember having the toys. I had those toys, but I don't.
They look kind of sweet.
Yeah, I don't remember watching it, so I'll just put it in not seeing. But I do remember having those toys, though.
Let me look real quick. This must be the first. This must be the 1990 movie.
That's the first movie.
I think so.
That's our first S tier right there.
Agreed.
I mean, you want to talk about still probably the best looking Turtles, the best.
Sweet,
the fights were dope. Comic accurate. Like,
one of the best interpretations of Shredder.
Yeah, one of the best interpretations of Shredder ever. Loved it. That's our first S tier.
I agree. Secret of the Ooze.
Ooh, I don't think I like this movie as much as some other people like it. This movie, Secret of the Ooze, really. When I got older, I realized how much they didn't use their weapons in this movie.
Oh yeah, they didn't at all.
Yeah, and that really
that was
me.
That was a complaint. They were responding to a group of angry moms that were mad that Leo had two swords,
and like that really bothered me, especially with Leo being my favorite. So like, I know this is kind of hot take, but like this is a C tier for me.
Oh wow, that is a crazy.
I mean, if you want to go B tier, you can.
Yeah, I forgot that I do have some say here.
Yeah. You got some say here, bro.
It was nowhere near as good as the first one, but I don't know if I can say because I love Tino in the movie. I thought he was dope.
Yep,
it was funny. Shout out to Ernie Reyes, this legit martial artist.
Yeah, the GOAT. Yeah, there's enough. There's enough in the movie.
It's funny. It's very quotable. It's probably more quotable than the first one, to be honest.
Agreed.
Combat cold cuts.
That opening scene was sweet as hell too, bro.
It was. I gotta admit.
That nigga Tino was fat shaming them girls. If I was dreaming, maybe I'd think of something a little thinner. Like, damn, it's 2021. You can't say shit like that
off top. But this was 1992, so you can.
Turtles 3.
Oh, that movie was really bad.
Yeah, it was a drop off. I would say this is D or E tier.
Yeah, I say D tier only because like I loved the toys.
The toys were yes, absolutely. Okay, Batman versus the Ninja Turtles.
Okay, man. Look, bro. This is A tier for me. This movie is really dope. This is a very good iteration of the Turtles. The fights are awesome. And the comic, man, the comic that it's based off of is also fire. So, I mean, that's what you want. You want that, like, it has just like how I was just saying, if they did a game, you know what I mean? Like it had the Batman, Gotham City darkness to it, but with the Turtles, like, it was fire.
I love that.
The movie is fire.
All right. Next one is, I believe. This is this 2003?
2003 show. Yeah. So let's go A tier for now. I do think it has S tier. I think it has S tier upside, but for now, let's go A tier. I mean, this was, in my opinion, at the time, best character designs for the Turtles, for sure. They definitely improved their look. And this is also the most, like, comic accurate show of the series. Like, this is the one that really just straight up was adapting the comic book stories and taking the stories out of the comic books and putting it into the show. My only gripe, man, is that the Ultron Shredder, bro. Like, that really killed it for me. Shredder, because I think this show, period, has the best character designs. I think it's got the best. I think it's got the Turtles look the best. I think Casey Jones looks the best. I think this is the best looking Shredder. Like, this show has the best character designs out of all the shows. But then Shredder ended up being an Ultron, which is just an alien, and the alien was just controlling the armor.
That's whack.
That really bothered me, and I could not get over that. But I think the show has S tier upside. We'll see when we do the rest.
All right, so I'm going to switch up the order a little bit for drama purposes. The fucking, what was this one called? I can't read what it says here, but this is
that
the live
Next Mutation.
Yeah.
Dog E. Worst thing ever.
That shit was weak.
Oh my god, I can't.
And you remember it used to come on after WMCA Masters. You remember that?
Yes, unfortunately. You know, the crazy thing is, I actually heard that that was going to be a CGI show.
Really?
Remember how that early CGI looked like Beast Wars?
Yeah, kind of Nintendo 64.
Yeah. Yep, the boxy CGI.
Yeah.
But
it's so crazy how Reboot looks so much better, and it was the first one. How did y'all do that? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know.
Reboot looked really good.
I think the key to Reboot, though, was it wasn't like super action packed. So I feel like they were able to focus more
on the character
models. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like trying to animate fights and stuff, because that show did look, and it actually don't look terrible now.
Yeah,
you could watch it now, and it's still cool. So
all right, so we're gonna go with the comic. So the original Eastman and Laird comic from 86 or whenever that was.
That's A tier for sure. I mean
84, 85.
I think 85. If we don't have that, we don't have any of the other stuff. And it was cool, black and white, dark. That's where you get the dark element from. So, yeah.
So I don't. This is Ninja Turtles Adventures. I don't know what this.
Those are trash. I'll go D tier for that. That's like, those are comics, but they're kind of more like cartoony.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
And then we've got the first. This looks like the IDW run.
Oh, this is another fringe S tier for me. Let's put in an A for now. Another fringe S tier. So good, man. I really love these because I think these are the best looking Turtles ever.
Yeah, they look sweet.
The IDW Turtles, I think, are the best looking Turtles of all time. So
all right,
like
nostalgia time.
Oh,
TMNT 1987.
Look, man. Y'all got to take your nostalgia glasses off. This show sucks. This show is not good.
It's for kids.
Aged terribly. I mean, it is the OG, and it does have the iconic theme song, and it's still the best theme song out of any of the shows. Also, the toys, like
the toys are everything.
Toy line is legendary. That came from this, but I mean, if we take away the toys and the theme song, bro, like this show is not good. It's just, there are some good episodes. Now there are some good episodes, but like again, with like the censoring thing of the 80s cartoons, like the fights were non-existent. Like they were, and the funny thing is like when you watch the 2012 show, they have a crossover where turtles from that show come into the show.
Oh, I
and they're
remember
like
that.
completely incompetent and like, can't fight,
bumbling
can't
fools.
use their weapons. But yeah, this show
Also,
was like,
this show did give us the colors for the first time too.
it did. This show did do that. It separated the you could tell the turtles' difference because of their colors, but they also all looked exactly the same outside of that.
That is true.
And just the censoring thing, man, like there was like, it was very little action. I mean, it's an 80s cartoon, but you know, it was just silly. Like the turtles were silly. Shredder was a coward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Shredder was a coward. Krang was a coward. It didn't age well to me. I think it can be B tier because of the it's the original. You know what I'm saying? And I'll go B tier because of that. But when compared to the other shows, it's trash.
Fair enough. All right, man. Rise of the Ninja Turtles.
Right after the original. Look, man, I know a lot of y'all not gonna want to hear this.
Right after?
I'm saying because you're doing it right after.
Got you.
I know a lot of y'all not ready to hear this. The 2003 show established that there is indeed a multiverse for the Turtles. Mm-hmm. Different versions of them existing in different universes. My thing is, when this show got announced, everybody hated it. People hated it. And I admit, it took me a while to watch it. My son loved it. I am not a big fan of the character designs. I do think Donnie looks awesome. Yep. I think Raph looks cool.
Yep.
Actually, I'm not. I take that back. I think the designs are cool. I think it's more the way they act.
Yeah. Oh.
But the designs, to me, I mean, they're unique. You know what I'm saying? If the Turtles looked the same in every show, you guys would complain about how they look. You would say, well, like, just remaking everything every time. There's nothing different. It's the same every time. You know what I'm saying? I think if you look at the unique designs throughout all the shows, I think it's cool, man. You don't want them always looking the same. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about this,
half the voice actors are black too, which is dope.
Which is awesome. But the thing about Rise, right? I may not be it doesn't have the best story. Okay, it's not the best. Doesn't have the best story. But I do think it is the most creative in terms of things being different than they usually are. I think it does some really I will say it's the most unique take on all of the characters, man. And I mean all of them. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm just saying it's unique. That Raph's the leader in this show. You know what I mean? Baxter Stockman's like a little kid. His name's Baxter Stockboy. Casey Jones is a girl.
Okay.
And she's like a Foot Clan recruit. You know what I'm saying? And April O'Neil's black.
Boom.
You know what I mean? So I think this show has the most unique take on all the characters. I also think this show by far has the best animation out of all the Turtle shows.
Yep.
Not even close. Best animation. It's anime quality animation. And most importantly, God tier fight scenes.
Yep. Legit.
I'm talking Kill la Kill / Naruto.
Yep.
Level
legit
fights.
Crazy dope fight scenes.
Season 1 is a little slow, more comedy stuff, but season 2, man, like God tier fight scenes when Shredder comes into the picture, which it's a very interesting take on Shredder. He's already dead. He gets like resurrected and he's kind of like this monster demon armor type situation. But God tier fight scenes, best animation. I think off the fights and the animation alone and just the uniqueness, this is A tier, bro.
Okay.
Like, it is. I can't. This is A tier.
I was never a hater on it. I haven't watched it all the way through, but
and
I was
also
always interested in it.
And also, I think this show has the best Donatello out of everything. I think Donnie's the best. And also, another unique thing that this show did is the 2012 show was it improved. It like the Turtles look different. You know what I'm saying? They all look different, which is awesome. But Rise, they're actually all different kinds of turtles.
Oh yeah,
which makes them even more unique.
Yeah.
Leo's got the cool like marks on his face. Raph is the big snapping turtle, and then Donnie is a soft shell turtle, so he actually makes tech. He's got like a tech shell
to give him protection,
and it's like it turns into like a hoverboard that April uses. It's just crazy, man. Like I think it's the best Donnie ever. So it's A tier, man.
All right, and finally,
and then we got, in my opinion, this is the GOAT. The 2012 show is the best. In my opinion, Turtles anything. I think that the 2012 show's got the best story by far, not even close. I think it's got the best writing. I think it has the best Shredder. Shredder usually is just kind of this figure that's like in the 80s, in the original, like he's a coward. He's kind of whack. He doesn't really do anything. In 2003, he ended up being an Ultron. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. In Rise, he's like this just armor that's like possessed, but that's like resurrected. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he's still like a beast, and he's probably the most powerful Shredder. But in 2012, like this is the best written Shredder. Like he's got a real dark backstory. You know what I'm saying? He's a freaking crazy person, and he's also a beast. Like he fights all the time. He fights a lot in this show. Most action-packed Shredder for sure, and most like human Shredder. Like he's actually got some backstory to him, and whether it's relatable or not, you know, he's still crazy. But you see the development of him kind of losing his mind over time before he becomes Super Shredder. You know what I'm saying? So definitely best written show, best Shredder, best fight choreography. Like the fights in Rise are obviously better. The best fights out of all the Ninja Turtle stuff. But the fight choreography in this show is like really realistic. You know what I'm saying? It's not so like anime type. So it's like realistic fight choreography. So it's really dope. And then also, man, like I think that the 2012 show also just it added the most to the Turtle lore, like out of anything else. They did the thing with Splinter, like actually being Hamato Yoshi, like with Karai actually being Splinter's daughter, and Shredder stealing her and brainwashing her, making her think that she was his daughter, and the whole Krang thing, like the Krang being a whole race of aliens and not just one. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then like the whole thing with April being like half mutant, half human because the Krang experimented on her mom a long time ago, right? Like they give an explanation for mutagen in this show. Like mutagen comes from Dimension X, and it comes from these giant worms, and they like milk the worms to get mutagen out of them, and they, you know what I'm saying? Like just crazy like lore and world building for Turtles that make sense out of all the crazy stuff that happens in this world. So there it is, man. Yeah, S tier is light. I like it like this.
No, I'm good. I'm good with it.
Are we ordering the tiers or no? Does it matter?
I kind of have been.
If we order the tiers, I would put the 2003 show in front of the IDW comics, and then I would also put Rise after the IDW comics. Boom. And then I would put. Yep, that's cool. And then I think I would put the second movie in the second spot there. No, the in B tier. Like I would move Ooze, Secret of the Ooze.
Oh.
Yep, and I would move it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there we go. And then, do I want to put Out of the Shadows? No, I think we're good here. We're good here. Boom. There it is.
Solid.
Turtle tier list, man.
Boom, but it's not working. So.
There we go, man. Episode 95. In and out. I'm very excited for Shang-Chi. I cannot wait until I see this movie so I can talk about it on the next episode.
Yep. I will have seen it by then too, so we'll be good.
Cloud's going for a vet trip.
Yes, sir.
And then
I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, man, Storm of Clan Sakai.
Stream it.
Stream it. Our new song. Based on Ghost of Tsushima. I love it so much. I got a video for it on YouTube. Produced by the GOAT Hero. It's also on streaming now. Started off just on Bandcamp, but now it's available on all the streaming, so you guys can stream it now. Check out the new song, man. Boom. And we'll catch y'all next week. Talking about Shang-Chi for the entire episode.
Check it.
Peace.
Welcome back, hero.
My word is my sword, Hokage and Batosai, pulling the blades out of the forge, yo. Prior to my knowledge of the Force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under gray skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind will lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash.